Show me a gym owner that doesn't know their numbers, and I'll show you a gym owner that has room to improve. In my role as a coach and consultant to dozens of gym owners over the year and over 100 members of the Unicorn Society, I developed a number of go-to questions to quickly size up where a business is at. One of these questions allows me to quickly see how much a gym owner really understands what's happening with the numbers of their business. Today, we'll cover this question. I'll show you how I double check the answer, and I'll explain why it's wrong 90% of the time. My name is Mark Fisher from Business for Unicorns, and if you like today's content and you're particularly interested in understanding better how to use the benchmarks of gym to understand how you're actually doing compared to other gym owners, well, you're gonna wanna check out an upcoming free training that I'll be doing in October on gym owner benchmarks. So if you're interested in attending, the best way to do it is sign up for the Business for Unicorns email list, because that will give you access to the training. And if you're not already subscribed, well, you wanna head to businessforunicorns.com. You can click on the link to get the Raise Your Rates template, and that will automatically not only zoom a really valuable resource in your inbox, but will make sure you're subscribed so you never miss out on awesome free trainings like the upcoming gym owner benchmarks training. I'm pumped. Okay, so as promised, let's talk about what I think is one of the most valuable numbers you can know and why it's always wrong. So here's the thing. One of the first questions I'll ask when I work with a gym owner is, what is your average monthly revenue per member, right? Which is to say that if you have 100 members, on average, how much are they spending per month? And this is valuable because most gyms are gonna have a number of different membership options. Some are gonna be more and less expensive. And of course, most gyms will have some other, often smaller ancillary forms of revenue. Maybe you're selling merchandise or water bottles or supplements. And I want to understand on average, how much money per month per person are you garnering for each of your clients? Now here's where it gets really funny, because often I will ask this question and I'll say, hey, gym owner, okay, cool. How many clients do you have? Gym owner will say like 100. I'll say, okay, cool, great. All right, what is your average revenue per month per member? And they'll think about it and they'll say, it's about 300. And I'm thinking, all right, 100 clients, 300, okay. $30,000 per month, okay. But I'll follow this up by asking another question like, okay, cool, gym owner, 100 clients, 300 per month. How much is your monthly revenue? And they'll say 12 grand. That's kind of the math. So let's talk about what happens here. This is an example where hope springs eternal, right? And oftentimes the gym owner is thinking about their guesstimation of a wishful thinking, higher end amount of income. So let's say this gym has and I'm making up numbers here, but let's say they have a 175 per month option, a 250 per month option, and a 325 per month option. So they in their head, they're thinking like, yeah, most people tend to buy the better or best option, so it's probably around 300. But in practice, not only are more people on lower memberships than they think, well, oftentimes there's tons of members on older agreements, and that tends to be the biggest culprit why this number is so far off. You'll often have maybe discounts that are cycling in from various promotions to get people in the door. And in practice, what this means is the actual monthly revenue is not enough that number actually makes any sense. In addition to the very crude, how much revenue did you do last month? How many members did you have? I think you could and probably should separately track what is the average monthly revenue of your monthly recurring revenue base, which is to say that if you scrub out all those one-offs, so those ancillary incomes, t-shirts, water bottles, trials, one-offs, how much are you quote unquote guaranteed to make next month, assuming everyone on a membership continues on that membership? So you would note that's actually a slightly different number. And if you are properly doing the math, accounting for the fact you might have some older members on rates that you haven't changed over time, then that overall average revenue per month is gonna go down. And here's the thing, I think a few takeaways from this. I think this makes the case, I think clearly for us why it's not a great idea to have people on memberships and never raise the rates. Now, as we've already discussed, we have an amazing resource for you, the Raise Your Rates Playbook. You can click the link in the description box below. At Mark Fisher Fitness, we really wanted to be loyal to our members, and our hope was we were never gonna raise rates so long as they maintain an active membership with us. And come to find out that just doesn't really work, because in practice, there is going to be a compounding increase of your rent, of how much you're paying your employees, of how much it costs to pay the various vendors. So I really do not like keeping people at one rate for forever and ever and not promising to raise the rates, because if they stick around 5 years, 10 years, you're gonna be losing money on them. Not only that, but on the back end, it just makes your life so complicated when you have, oh, you're on the 2014 rates and you're on the 2017. So anywho, I just wanted to share this as an example of a thing I run into a lot, which is, again, gym owners not actually knowing their numbers, or even worse, thinking they know their numbers but being wrong. Because as the saying goes, it's not so much what you don't know, it's what you know for sure to be true that's not correct. I think I paraphrased that. And again, if you're looking for some more insight to understand these benchmarks, do make sure you're signed up for the Business for Unicorns email list, because I'm really excited about this training I'll be doing in October. And if you want to understand how you're doing compared to other gym owners, you are not going to want to miss it. If you like this sort of number talk, I would encourage you, if you want to continue down the old YouTube rabbit hole, check out my video in the description box around the 3 dumbest metrics for gyms. And as you scroll on down there, why not hit that subscribe button? That way you never miss another video, because what you can trust is I will be back soon with more videos. That's right. I'll share more actionable tips, psychological frameworks, and philosophy.